Look, I'm really excited to share the story and the investment opportunity that's with CAZ Resources at the moment. We have a fantastic goldfields project in the heart of Western Australian Goldfields, just north of Kalgoorlie, and we are on that uptick, if you like, of the discovery curve. So I'm just going to take you through the story of the work that we've done to date. I won't go into too much detail, but if you would like to hear more about this particular project or our others, please come and see me at the booth just out the front. So a little bit about CAZ Resources. We are a diversified exploration resource development company. So we do have a number of assets in the portfolio, and what we like to do is have one or two key assets that we work, and then we have a number of assets in the portfolio that we'll look to potentially divest or joint venture to bring in some income. So we are always looking at options for revenue streams as well. Today I will focus on Goongarrie, as I mentioned, but historically we've been project generators and we do continue to do that as well. We are well supported. We have a fantastic board. Thanks, Terry, he's at the back as well. So I guess a little bit about me. I've been with CAZ now since 2021, and prior to that, I'm a Queenslander by birth. But so I moved to WA and cut my teeth in the goldfields in the late 90s. I worked at Norseman for WMC in very large-scale underground gold mine. I started as a gold geologist underground and then moved to their res dev work. So that was a great experience. Then I moved on to Regis Resources, where we had significant success. I was there for 14 years. We built a fantastic team. We found 7 million ounces of gold. We converted 80% to reserves. So that's a pretty good turnaround there. And, you know, we built a fantastic team, and I think the story there is, I know what resources look like, economic gold resources, and I know how to fast-track a discovery all the way through to development. Clive Jones, our chairman, founded the company quite a few years ago, and he still sits on the board as chair, which is fantastic. He also found the Etango uranium project, and that with Bannerman Energy, and that has been pushed through to development now as we speak. So this is a snapshot of our corporate structure. So we have our share price this morning and closed yesterday at 3.3 cents. And we have a market cap of about $15 million. And I think you'll see once I take you through this story that the potential here for growth is significant at CAZ. As I mentioned, we do look at revenue streams, and we do have some future iron ore royalty streams there. You'll see the Parker Range iron ore project that is currently being mined by Yilgarn Iron. That's a private company. They're about 8.5 million tonnes now. So our royalty stream kicks in at 10 million tonnes, and as you see, they're 50 cents a tonne after that. So that's, you know, a great little investment for us. And then also the Hammersley iron ore project, that's been pushed through the development project through the development phase by Equinox Resources. So this is our location, Goongarrie. It's a fantastic opportunity. We've just done this joint venture with Bright Star Resources. It's a staged earn-in. We spend $3 million over a period of 4 years, which can be fast-tracked at any point in time, to earn up to 80%. Now, this was a fantastic deal. So it's $3 million of spend in the ground. There was no issue of shares or exchange of cash for this project. So it was a great deal. And with, you know, record gold prices, it is an amazing place to be and a great time to be exploring for gold. It's a bit of a zoom in as to our location. So we are just 90 kilometres north of Kalgoorlie. We're right on the highway and the railway, as you can see there. Now, the important piece here is we are on the Bardock Tectonic Zone, which is the northern extension of the Bold-Lefroy Zone. Now, this is host to multi-million ounce deposit. It extends all the way down to St Ives. You can see there at the southern end, or I should say the bottom end of that image, you know, we've got the super pit over 70 million ounces. As we move north, you know, we've got mines and mills in this district. We've got Paddington, which is over 10 million ounces. And then we've got discoveries all around us as well. So Aphrodite was found, currently managed by Genesis, over 1.5 million ounces. You would have also seen the recent success that Gorilla Gold are having, and they're pretty much our neighbours immediately there to the west. So I think the opportunity here is that Goongarrie has previously been overlooked, if you like, in the past, because the focus has always been around Kalgoorlie and Menzies. That's where the mining has been and that's where the action has been. Needless to say, we're on the same structure, and the potential is significant, and I think you'll see that with the results we've already got to date. So this is a bit of a zoom into our project area. You can see we've got 20 strike kilometres of the Bardock tectonic zone. Look, we've got multiple north-south shear trends here, which are prospective for mineralisation. What we need to do is a bit more homework on these and more drilling. We've done plenty of good work to date with geophysics, so we're getting a better understanding of the structural controls out here. So I guess the question is here, you can see we've got a lot of pink dots on that map, which all of those intercepts are over 1 gram per tonne. So the question is, where do you start? Where do you focus your exploration activities? And generally the best place to start is around historical gold mines. So Jenny's Reward is a small open pit, and that is just on care and maintenance at the moment, held by a private company. That same company runs Goongarrie Lady, which is an open pit and undergoing extensions to the south. Our first drilling campaign was RC. It was really designed to assess historical drill intercepts. You can see one there, 8 metres at 10.7 grams per tonne. And we also did a few little wildcat holes in areas of interest which we thought would be prospective for gold mineralisation. You can see 350 metres to the south, we drill tested Duke of York, we stepped 350 metres to the south, and we got a great intercept at Duchess. So these are the results from our very first drilling campaign. That was only 18 RC holes, so a fantastic result. You can see the results here, 6 metres at 10.3. These are at Duke of York, so backing up that original historical intercept, 10 metres at 5.7. And then our step-out hole at Duchess that was really exciting for me because I was out there on the rig and we got 19 metres at 1.5 grams per tonne, and that is in a broader shear system in the ultramafic. So it's got all the right characteristics, all the right alteration, lots of narrow quartz veining across a broad zone. So here we have at Duke of York, along that main shear that you can see there, potential for high-grade narrow vein. And as we step out into the mafic ultramafic units to the west, we have potential for shear-hosted gold mineralisation. So we followed that up with an air core campaign, and now you can see the pink dots, so everything over 1 gram per tonne, the spread is now getting bigger. So what we're finding is the more we drill, the more gold we're finding. So it's a really exciting time for CAZ, and that is our intent. We will keep drilling, and the intent is certainly to keep finding gold. So what you can see here is a detailed magnetic image. This is a really exciting piece of geophysics. It's much more detailed than your standard geophysical processing. And so what we see is along those north-south trends, you can see cross structures trending northwest and northeast. So this has given us a much better understanding of existing gold deposits in the region, and also gives us another excellent layer to target generate for gold deposits. So you can see here we had such success with the original air core campaign, which was between Jenny's Reward and Goongarrie Lady, that we've since expanded that to, it should be approximately 8,000 metres, but the point here is that we're testing 7 kilometre strike now. We know that the air core is effective. The depth penetration is good, so we are getting to top of sap rock, top of fresh rock. It's giving us a good indication of what we are going to find at depth. And so the intent here is to certainly find many more targets that we can test with RC drilling next year. So as I said, 2 rigs out there at the moment. You see those images there on the right, they are old workings. The image at the bottom is just some mullock that we picked up from one of the dumps, and there's visible gold in that. The potential out here is significant. These old workings have got no drilling along strike and certainly no drilling beneath the workings. So fantastic opportunities. Now it's a matter of time and drilling. Apart from that extension, this is just on our southern licence. We also have potential further south on this tenement. So at the Hastings project, we have 38 metres at 3.1 grams per tonne in a historical hole that also needs to be followed up. So that is in our pipeline, and that will be on the list for testing next year. Now, if we step out and look at this entire tenement package again, what we see is we have multiple north-south structures the reprocessed aeromagnetic image that we have in the background shows the level of detail we now have for the structural complexity in the area. You can see where Gorilla Gold sit, and that is quite complex in that district. So what we are doing is learning from the existing deposits as well. We'll target these north-south structures with major northwest and northeast structures across them, which is where we have seen and generally we find that the gold is focused in these areas. We've also acquired some new tenements here, so they are held 100% by CAZ, and that licence contains the Julie Margaret open pit. Now, this is a small open pit, historical workings, but again, no drill holes underneath that. So we've got plenty of opportunities in this space. In the northern tenement area, you can see the discovery opportunity here. Sir Lawrence, that's a 2-kilometre long footprint of anomalous gold mineralisation beneath lake sediments. So the challenge there is drilling at depth beneath lake cover. So the more geophysics and more information we can get about the controls on mineralisation there, the better. So we're doing a lot of work in that space to understand that deposit better. And again, that will be in the pipeline for next year. And you can see also on the eastern side of that tenement, we have north-south structures with, again, complex east-west, northwest and northeast structures, which are potential targets as well. So it's a fantastic opportunity in a district that is just underdone. So I'm really excited about this. And I just want to show you one more piece which is outside of Goongarrie, but it does show the project generation work that we do in the background. So we've recently staked 800 square kilometres immediately north of Gruyere, 6 million ounce gold deposit. It's a fantastic spot to be. And so we'll just, consider what we do with this project. But nonetheless, the investment opportunity at the moment is with Goongarrie. Our share price is 3.3 cents. With a market cap of $15 million, I think you can see the potential that we have here for growth. We are right at the bottom of the uptick there on discovery, so now it's a matter of getting the drill meters in and getting the results back. So I'm really excited to be a part of CAZ and be working on this project. So look us up. If you want to come and have a chat, please do. Thanks for your time.